everyone, it's the Vigilant Christian Mario, and you're here for another edition of New World Order Exposed. In today's video, I wanted to touch on the topic of why the Illuminati want people to believe in evolution again. I've done a previous video, so I'll leave the link for you to check it out if you haven't already in the description section. It's the one that I'm showing you on your screen. I show how the Illuminati have an agenda to deceive the masses into believing that they are evolving, that in fact they came from primordial soup, gases, crystals that magically appeared out of nowhere after a Big Bang explosion, and then after millions and millions of years came and just created different organisms and grew until we got to what we have today in modern man. But, this begs the question, what's next? And ultimately, that's the Illuminati's deception. They are preparing humanity to deceive them because they are going to be offering humanity a step in evolution with transhumanism. So transhumanism is basically when man will merge with machine. Ray Kurzweil, a Google executive, has been talking about 2045 and the fact that that is when this singularity is going to occur, where humans will be faced with a choice to either evolve with machine or to be outdated. Because if we look at technological evolution in itself, it is far greater than human evolution. Technology evolves at a way more rapid rate than humans do, and we can't keep up. So ultimately, in the next couple decades, according to Ray Kurzweil, a futurist and technology specialist, if we do not merge with machine, we will be left behind in the evolutionary chain. So this is what's going to happen. Humanity will be faced with this choice, and those who have been brainwashed by the Illuminati to believe this will hook themselves up electronically to the beast system and be damned forever. So what I wanted to do in today's video here is actually play a clip here from Know Your Enemy Part 47 on evolution by the Fuel Project. I'm going to leave the link for you to check out the Fuel Project in the description section, but this is important because we need to understand that the secret societies, the Illuminati, have an agenda when it comes to evolution. So this video actually exposes that, so let's go ahead and watch it and I'll comment as we go.
With the British Royal Society acting as the headquarters of the propaganda machine, they now needed to introduce the science itself. That science was Darwinism, or evolution. Given that the founding members of the Royal Society were Freemasons, whatever science they came up with would only be an extension of their occult doctrine. The theory of evolution is nothing less. In The Meaning of Masonry, W. Elm Wilmhurst reveals the worldview underpinning the new Masonic science. This, the evolution of man into Superman, was always the purpose of the ancient mysteries, and the real purpose of modern Masonry is not the social and charitable purposes to which so much attention.
You see, I just want to point out here that the goal of the Illuminati, these secret society members that go into these mystery schools, is to evolve into Superman, which is essentially into gods, to use the occult mysteries to transcend their lower nature into godhood. And that's what they're going to offer mankind. They're going to say, hey, everybody, the time for the evolution to Superman has come. Hitler wanted to do it. He was trying to create the superhuman race. And again, we have the Illuminati, crazy Hitler types in our world today who are going to present this, but in a great way. They're going to say, hey, this is evolution. Don't you know we've been evolving? This is the next step. Come along with us.
Attention is paid, but the expediting of the spiritual evolution of those who aspire to perfect their own nature and transform it into a more godlike quality. And this is a definite science, a royal art, which it is possible for each of us to put into practice, whilst to join the craft for any other purpose than to study and pursue the science is to misunderstand its meaning. Later in the book, Wilmhurst reiterates this theme. Man who has sprung from earth and developed through the lower kingdoms of nature to his present rational state has yet to complete his evolution by becoming a godlike being and unifying his consciousness with the omniscient, to promote which is and always has been the sole aim and purpose of all initiation. The spiritual implications of the theory of evolution are something that few people ever stop to consider, so I want to really highlight this. What was the lie from the serpent in the Garden of Eden? It was that by attainment of knowledge, by our own efforts, we would become as gods. Now what does evolution teach? It teaches that we are constantly evolving onwards and upwards over time, and if we are constantly evolving throughout time, where is the end goal?
And this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is why it's so important for them to deceive people, because they have this evolution coming, this great deception at the end of time, that man can evolve into God. And this is just setting the stage for that grand deception.
Surely the end goal is when man has reached absolute perfection. We cannot evolve beyond perfection. And what is another name for absolute perfection other than godhood? Evolution is the exact lie from the Garden of Eden, that mankind can become perfect or godlike by our own efforts, through knowledge, or science you may call it. Through the idea of evolution, Freemasons introduced the occult idea of becoming to the masses under the veil of science, the belief that man is gradually evolving towards enlightened godhood. What many also don't know is that the basic idea of evolution did not originate with Charles Darwin. According to Mackey's Encyclopedia of Freemasonry, it originated with his grandfather, Erasmus Darwin. Dr. Erasmus Darwin was the first man in England to suggest those ideas, which were later to be embodied in the Darwinian theory by his grandson, Charles Darwin, who wrote in 1859, Origin of Species. Now Erasmus Darwin was the founder of the Masonic Lunar Society. According to author Ian Taylor, the Lunar Society was active from about 1764 to 1800, and its prominent influence continued long afterwards under the banner of the British Royal Society. The group's name owed itself to the fact that the members met monthly at the time of the full moon, which suggests some kind of link to the goddess Ashura again. The membership of this group boasted such luminaries as John Wilkinson, James Watt, Matthew Boulton, Joseph Priestley, Josiah Wedgwood, and Benjamin Franklin. These men, along with other members, were given the title Merchants of Light. Mackey's Encyclopedia of Freemasonry says, before coming to Derby in 1788, Dr. Darwin had been made a Mason in the famous time immemorial lodge of Canongate, Kilwinning, number 2.
Boom. There it is. Granddaddy, or grandpapa, or papa, he was a Mason. Okay? Do people see what's going on here? I'm telling you, evolution is a lie by the Illuminati. Who are the Illuminati? They are Freemasons. Darwin's dad. Like, come on. Come on, people. Like, did you have your coffee today? Or you got your eyes wide shut, don't you? You're walking through life with your eyes wide shut. Come on. Evolution is a Freemasonic lie. It's really their satanic doctrine masked that man is supposed to evolve into godhood. Wake up, people. You're being lied. There is a conspiracy out there. Stop being brainwashed to think that conspiracy theorists are crazy. It's actually sometimes crazy to not believe these conspiracies because they legitimately are happening. Wake up.
Of Scotland. Sir Francis Darwin, one of the doctor's sons, was made a Mason in Tyrian Lodge number 253 at Derby in 1807 or 1808. His son Reginald was made a Mason in Tyrian Lodge in 1804. The name of Charles Darwin does not appear on the rolls of the lodge, but it is very possible that he, like Francis, was a Mason.
If there's any of you that have been in a Masonic family, this stuff is passed down generation to generation. It's not something that you just stop. So although Charles Darwin, his name is not found, so we can't say 100% that he was Mason, his parents, and if you can tell, his ancestry is Masonic. So he might have been chosen by them for a special agenda, and they knew that he couldn't be known publicly as a Mason because then they would tie it back and draw the connection and expose the lie. But that's probably what happened. I mean, Daddy and Granddaddy and all the way up there, it seems like they're all Masons. So, come on, they're all Illuminati. Darwin was an Illuminati. He was in an Illuminati family. Wake up.
In 1794, Erasmus Darwin wrote a book called Zoonomia, where he expanded upon his theory of evolution. It was based on the occult concept of becoming, the gradual process of attaining godhood. Even before then, however, John Locke, a prominent Freemason and member of the British Royal Society, had taken the Hindu idea of reincarnation, which had been brought to Britain by the East India Trading Company, and formulated his own ideas on evolution based on it. The British Royal Society accepted his ideas, and they also received the support of the male members of the Darwin family at the time. 2 centuries later, this occult concept of becoming would be transmitted to Charles Darwin, and the Origin of Species would be born. So the evolutionary theory clearly had occult roots that predated Charles Darwin by a long way. These occult ideas were developed by Freemasons before Darwin brought it to public attention with his book. Now remember, the reason that we had deism was at least partly because people couldn't explain the origins of life.
So I'll just end it here. I'll leave the link in the description section for you to check out the rest of the video, but I just wanted to highlight the part where he exposes Darwin as an Illuminati satanic Freemason who is promoting a satanic lie to brainwash the masses in the preparation for the Antichrist. This is the Vigilant Christian saying God bless each and every one of you, and as always, stay vigilant.